fertility. In some parts of the continent, we have enough water. So there's no reason for us to continue to import food. Africans will tell me, oh, now we have the problems of climate change. I know, it is true. It can't be ignored. But again, it's our responsibility to know how do we adjust to that, how do we control its impact. But we have to be clear that you can't have dignity, whoever you are. You can't have dignity if you are unable to feed your own people, your own children. You can't. And at the end of the day, if we have enough food, and then the research will come to say what kind of food, how to put the ingredients will improve, cassava will improve, maize will improve, rice as basic food. All that science can help it to resolve. And we have to get science also to get, that's my second point. Science has to be part of African agriculture. The way women of this continent work so hard every day, and what is the outcome of their work? They don't succeed to feed their families, but they work very, very hard. And science is available to help them to produce, to have better yield, to have a better income, and to be able not only to feed their families and even to sell part of it. And this has to do with nutrition. It sounds like I'm going around, but it has to do with nutrition. Now, we have been discussing how to fortify, because that is a long plan. That of producing food for all of us, stopping importing, it's a long term. As we speak, it is true. We need fortified food. We need to make it not only fortified, but to make sure that it gets to everyone. And there comes a point. It doesn't help very much to have South Africa with very good policies, or to have Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, a single country here and there, trying to develop strategies of fortifying food. Because what happens is that the market you not control. Fortified food will be found, but coming from other countries which are not fortifying, the food will be found everywhere and you'll have mixed results. More significantly, many millions of our families, they grow and they process their food at home. They don't buy. So even with fortification, we will cover a significant percentage of population, but there will be many others, and particularly the poorest, who do not buy this food. They get them from their own little garden, and they process themselves. That's why the issue of agriculture I raised at the beginning, and the research into agriculture is very important. That you will have, yes, the fortified, but you will gradually have to have better quality of what is agricultural products, which are processed by each family. You have to combine the two. But we need to work as regions. And I understand and I applaud the fact that GAIN has to be working with specific countries to learn the lessons, to know what works, and to be able to spread these lessons to the rest of countries. But the fact is that we need to have regional strategies for malnutrition. And I think GAIN and other institutions which are involved can simultaneously continue to support those countries which are represented here, but at the same time to begin seriously to develop regional programs with ECOWAS, SADC, Central Africa, East Africa, North Africa, all the regions of this continent to say, let's have regional strategies to tackle malnutrition together. And all these regions, they have mechanisms. Annually, they agree on programs. They can monitor who is doing what. And in terms of building capacity, then we could concentrate, yes, in improving the quality of programs which are going on, which are the first one, but gradually engaging much more countries in this in terms of helping them to shape the vision and to shape the plans in terms of capacity, human capacity, helping to identify what are the human resources which are needed to run these kind of programs and to help to train. And finally, to say now how every and single country will have its own way of doing things, but harmonizing plans. I heard here the discussion on harmonizing fortification, but I'm saying that is correct. It's good. But we need to harmonize plans of tackling malnutrition in its different components, including the food production, I said before. I think the other question we take from here is, are our governments aware and committed? Are they aware of the implications of malnutrition? I don't think so. There is a resolution of the African Union, but you and I know that many of the resolutions of African Union, they end up in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Many times, even other ministries do not know what are the resolutions which have been adopted. Maybe if it happened that the Minister of Agriculture was there, he may know. But there is no cabinet commitment to many of the resolutions of African Union. So as important as it is, really, for things to happen and change, they have to come to every single country. So we have an enormous task here. We have to approach every single country and see what are they doing. It's the future of this continent. It's the future of this continent which is at stake. So we need to build this awareness and the responsibility of each government not to fail to its children and not to look at children also as if they are fragmented human beings, where governments will be concerned with education, but they neglect health. Or sometimes they'll be concerned with immunization, but they are not concerned with malnutrition. We have to look at children as a complete human being with complete needs. It's not a half or even a quarter of. So these policies, which are to really give a possibility of human capital, which is developing this continent, to be healthy, to be intellectually strong, to be able to face the challenges of the 21st century, we have to begin by children. And to make the case to our governments that children deserve the best of whatever are the capacities each country has. And in that, I think we need to have some champions who will talk malnutrition, or they will talk nutrition, but they will talk in these terms of really the various faces of the same coin. So my suggestion is, as I'm talking of having regional plans, we need to have regional champions who can understand the culture and the way of things happen in every region. I wouldn't be very efficient if I am to address people in North Africa. I wouldn't